Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Listography here bringing you our new staff picks segment. It's going to be a list of some of the stuff that we really like as far as new releases go. You know, in the middle of vaulting into some of our favorite artists' back catalog, we still take time to check out the new stuff, and we want to celebrate and share that with you. Periodically, Jason, Joe, and myself are going to be dropping in, giving you these lists. We're going to try to keep it about a week to 2 weeks as far as how new the album is, but with everything going on with COVID-19 kind of disrupting our lives and release dates, to be honest, we're going to catch up for a little bit. That said, let's get started, and I'm going to give you my staff picks of the week. Number one for me is James Elkington, Ever-Roving I. This is right smacked into the middle of the indie pop, indie folk genre, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't expand out too much, but there's some pretty good songwriting. The acoustic guitar is really nice. It's very freeing. It's got that big rural sound. The whole album is sunny and warm. It's kind of like you're driving through a small town just as the sun is coming up. My favorite stuff on the album is some of the more complex stuff, some of the stuff with a little more composition and arrangements. Most of the songs are acoustic guitar forward, like I said, but there are some other things that come in and accompany it and kind of put a really nice flavor onto a lot of the stuff. Him as a singer, he's pretty good. Very kind of a mix between M. Ward and Morrissey, I would say. He's got kind of that lazy, loungy baritone, but he's got a strong voice. It's just kind of done through a filter, almost like there's a gun silencer on his voice, so there's a lot of emotion behind it. If you're looking to get your feet wet before you jump right in, I would check out Leopard's Lay Down and Late Jim's Lament. Next on my list is going to be the new Strokes album, New Abnormal. If you like the Strokes, they've been around for about 20 years, you're probably going to like this album. If you don't like the Strokes, this probably isn't going to be one to swing you into their direction. It's got that really nice 80s new wave, electro pop kind of sound. It's danceable, but there's some good variety on it with some funk and R&B experimentation here. Like I said, nothing crazy, kind of a straight up, good modernized Strokes album. If you like them, you're really going to like this album. Start with Brooklyn Bridge to Chorus and Eternal Summer, but it's a really good listen that you can really tap your foot to and really get into from start to finish. Last but not least, an album that I really enjoyed is Fetch the Bolt Cutters by Fiona Apple. Now, I gotta admit, I know a lot of Fiona Apple stuff from the mid to late 90s. I don't know how many of her albums I've really got into from start to finish, but this one makes me want to go in and check out all of her stuff because this is a really good album. I love how crass and unapologetic and timid and heartbreaking she is at the same time. You know, she's knocking on your door, you're answering it, and she's telling you all about herself, but she's coming with a really nice heavy guard up. Lyrically, this album doesn't really have a soft spot on it. It's really good all the way through. My favorite thing about the album is how she uses her voice in a lot of different ways, a lot of tricks in her vocal arsenal. She takes on a lot of different characters, a lot of different sounds, so that she can really tell the stories of her songs the best way that she can. It's a very low-key album as far as tempo goes, but it's never boring. You're always interested in how the songs are arcing and going emotionally, and especially what she has to say. Check out Under the Table and I Want You to Love Me, but hopefully if you check those two out, you'll dig it enough to give the album a listen or two. It's that good. Fetch the Bolt Cutters by Fiona Apple. So thank you very much for tuning in. These are my recommendations of the week, my staff picks. Like and subscribe. That way you can get the latest info on Listography. And let us know whatever you're listening to that's new. We'd love to check it out or hear what you have to say about the stuff that I had to say about my favorite picks of the week. Stay safe. Keep listening to music, and we'll see you next time.